It was a dark autumn night. The old banker was sitting remembering how, 15 years before, he had given a party one autumn evening.
Why did I take this? Why? I still remember that day. Still remember this discussion.
Action.
Actually, I haven't tried both. But in comparison, death penalty is so humane and so moral than the life imprisonment.
I do agree, capital punishment kills a man at once, but long life imprisonment kills a man slowly, which is more humane. Capital punishment, which takes your life in few minutes, or that drags your life out of you in a course of long years.
Both are equally inhumane because it ends taking your life. The state isn't God. It does not have the right to take your life, which cannot restore it back.
Well, I'm only 15. I don't have a lot of wisdom to say. However, I see that this sentence and life sentence are equally moral. But I see that if I have to choose between the both, I will certainly choose the second one. To live anyhow is much better than not at all.
Nah, I don't agree. It's strong. I bet you 2 millions that you couldn't stay in a solitary confinement for 5 years.
If you mean the earnest, I will take the bet. But I will stay 5 years. I will stay 5 years, but 15 years.
Okay, 15 years? Deal.
Agreed. You take your millions, and I take my freedom.
Hey man, think of it a better man.
I guarantee you'll lose everything.
Think again, young man. 2 millions to me is trifle.
The banker remembered what followed that evening. The agreement states that the young man stays there exactly 15 years, beginning from 12 o'clock of November 14th, 1870, and ending at 12 o'clock of November 14th of 1885. The slightest attempt from the lawyer's part to break the conditions, if only 2 minutes before the end, released the banker from the obligation to pay him the 2 million. For the first year of his confinement, the prisoner suffered severely from loneliness and depression. The sounds of the piano could be heard continually from his lodge. He refused any wine but asked for novels with love plot and sensational stories. In the second year, the piano was silent in the lodge, and the prisoner asked only for the classics. In the fifth year, music was audible again. The prisoner asked for wine. He did nothing but eating and drinking. The lawyer didn't read any books. Sometimes at night he would sit down and write. But in the morning tear up all that he had written. In the second half of the sixth year, the prisoner began zealously studying languages, philosophy, and history. It was during this period that the banker received this letter from the prisoner. My dear jailer, I write you these lines in 6 languages. Show them to people who know the languages. If they find not one mistake, I implore you to fire a shot in the garden. Oh, if you only knew what happiness my soul feels now from being able to understand them. The prisoner's desire was fulfilled. In the last 2 years of his confinement, the prisoner read an immense quantity of books quite indiscriminately. At one time he was busy with the natural sciences, then he would ask for Shakespeare, chemistry, or medicine.
Tomorrow, at 12, he will regain his freedom, and he will take every penny I have. Oh God, what shall I pay? The 2 millions? My debts, or my assets? The man is so young. He's 40. He will marry. He will gamble, and also he will enjoy all his life. And I will look to him enviously, and hear him say, "I'm indebted to you for the happiness I have." The only solution, I should kill him.
The banker decided to go to the prisoner's room. He decided to open the door that kept closed for 15 whole years.
Poor guy. I bet he's dreaming about the money. I'll just kill him with this pill. Let's check this.
Tomorrow, at 12 o'clock, I regain my freedom. But before I leave this room, I think it necessary to say a few words to you. With a clear conscience, I tell you that I despise freedom and life and health. The books I read gave me all the pleasures I needed. To prove to you in action how I despise all that you live by, I renounce the 2 million of which I once dreamed as of paradise and which now I despise. To deprive myself of the right of the money, I shall go out from here 5 hours before the time fixed, and so break the compact.
Hey, wake up, wake up! He escaped before time. He disappeared, you can't find him.
You're a lucky man, you return all your money.
After 15 years of solitary confinement, the lawyer disappeared. The banker then went to the room to take the letter in which the lawyer renounced the money. He kept it in his safe, and nobody ever knew about it.
ايه ده خلاص نقوم؟
قاعدين بيحفظوا.
طب انا بشرب
احفظ يا خليل.
عادي.
احفظ يا ابو علي.
حفظت يابا.
احفظ يا منى. منى يا جدعان، اسمه منى يا جدعان.
الصوت مش واصل.
دم.
ويلعب فورمال، ويلعب فورمال.
هات يا ابني منديل.
دم الواد اتعور، مش عارف احفظ. تعالى نروح شايف في بيتزا مستنيانا، يلا.
احفظ يا خليل.
حاضر. بكره الساعة 12 لا بالليل ولا الصبح. هياخد كل بيني اي. هبقى انا بدبت. هيتجوز ابن الوسخ وانا هتسكن. انا المفروض كنت ابقى مليونير. ليه الراجل ده ما ماتش؟
Wake up, wake up! He disappeared before time.
نحن في انتظار ان احنا نخلص اللقطة دي. ها هما نجمال الفيلم.
بعد ما حلقت
نجمال الفيلم ومعاكم المخرج.